Every hour, 2.5 million pairs of shoes are created. Every minute, 190,000 clothing garments are made. Every second, 12 tons of plastic are manufactured. And even with all of this happening around us, have you ever felt like no matter how much you buy, it's still not enough? Well, I just watched Netflix's new documentary, Buy Now, The Shopping Conspiracy, and let me tell you, it has shattered my entire universe. Seriously, I think this is my villain origin story. This documentary showcases many of the evil, hidden tactics of modern consumerism and the corporate greed that drives it all. Trust me, it'll make you think twice before you go on your next shopping spree. So instead of spiraling into a pit of despair, I decided to make this video instead so that we can talk about the impacts of consumerism together. Buy Now dives deep into how corporations manipulate us through psychology, advertising, and social media, creating a cycle where we think or believe that we need more even when we don't. And the scariest part? It's not even just about shopping, it's about controlling our lives. Now, I don't mean to be a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist here, but these corporations benefit from us lacking community. They want us to be as individualized and separated from each other as possible because the less we share with each other, the more we have to buy for ourselves. These are also the same people who are constantly filling our brains with messages about how what we have and who we are is not enough. They are hacking our happy chemicals and we're letting them. And it's really not our faults because these algorithms were specifically designed to predict, influence, and addict us to shopping and to the platforms that we are on. Shopping used to be something that was a means to an end. It was something that you did because you had to do it. Now it's a hobby. It's a pastime. It's even sometimes a weird badge of honor on social media to have these egregious shopping hauls and clothing hauls and all this stuff and these Stanley cups and just craziness everywhere that we are idolizing, which is crazy. But the worst part is I know this all too well because I used to be that person. I was the one that was shopping for sport and shopping because it was a coping mechanism. So I understand where it comes from. As I watched this documentary, I just kept thinking, how did we let it get this far? This film just reminded me again too of how much my shopping was based on impulse and not actual need. I was never asking myself if I really needed something. Do I really need this new pair of shoes, or am I just doing it because I saw an influencer that had them or I saw them on Pinterest? But I wasn't questioning anything because I was acting purely on thoughtless, unintentional impulse. And I was addicted to it. I was addicted to getting things on my doorstep. I was addicted to adding to cart and was always trying to find the next thing to satisfy me. And it never worked, but I kept doing it. I kept trying. The reality is consumerism is causing modern day addiction and is negatively impacting people mentally, physically, certainly financially. And all of that is on top of the fact that it is completely destroying our planet. So what can we do? First, we can start by questioning our own buying habits and stop consuming. Do you really need it? Secondly, we can use up everything we have until it is completely gone or literally cannot be used anymore. I don't want to hear that you need a new face cleanser when you have 3 or 4 different brands of face cleanser already in your bathroom, already in your cabinet. Don't buy something new just because you saw an ad or you saw an influencer talking about how it's going to be the greatest skin of your life and you're never going to be able to have skin like this if you don't get this product right now. They're lying. They're lying. Chances are what you already have is going to work just as good or as close to as good. Don't just buy something because you saw an ad or you saw an influencer do it. And this leads me very nicely to my next point, which is to shop with intention. Instead of just instantly believing an influencer or an ad, actually take the time to do your research. Companies nowadays have to be more transparent than they almost ever have over the course of history. So take advantage of that. Take advantage of the fact that we have the internet and we have other people and multiple sources that you can pull information from in order to know that the product that you're getting is a good quality, ethical product. Additionally, think about the whole life cycle of that item. When you throw things away, they don't just go away. They go somewhere else. So make sure that you're thinking of what happens to that item after you use it. That's just a great thing to, in general, keep in mind when you're purchasing anything, which is also why you should say no to single-use items. Whether it's fast fashion, single-use cups and utensils, random branded swag items, or these free items that you get from companies. All of it. Say no to all of it. If you can only get one use out of it, you should not be using it. I know that you won't always be able to do this, but try your best to stay away from single-use items. Markets are created and destroyed by customer demand. So if you are refusing, if we all collectively refuse to shop those items and to shop these single-use, terrible quality products, eventually these businesses will not be able to exist. So please don't fall victim to the slimy companies and only buy things that you're actually going to be able to use again. And finally, instead of supporting these slimy companies, we can find quality companies that are actually making an effort to be sustainable and to be ethical. Brands that value those things over profit. Also, shop local whenever you can because it is wonderful to support smaller businesses and there is a way smaller environmental impact anytime you shop locally. It's time to take back control of our spending habits. If you have not seen this documentary yet, please stop whatever you're doing and go watch it. Actually, wait, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. And please leave me your thoughts in the comments. Is your consumption out of hand? Are you doing anything currently to try to stop that? Is this your first exposure to the fact that, oh my gosh, maybe I'm being insane with my money and with how I am treating the planet? I had my come to Jesus moment a few years ago, and I continually am reminded how hard these companies are working to ensure that we aren't talking about this. So fight the man. No, but really, like, I'm just so tired of funding these giant corporations that don't care about any of us and are only supporting like 1% or less of anybody on the planet, and like everyone else is just basically in poverty and like Anyway, if you are new to my channel, I talk about money, minimalism, and everything else that has to do with being a conscious and intentional consumer. If you enjoyed this video, I have more for you to check out. Plus, I post weekly, so please stick around. I would love to have you. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.